Dream Step, plus a healthy meal demonstration with Chef Amanda Marie. Chair massages by Conscious Moves, and an engaging fitness and nutrition discussion panel.
Bring a friend, bring the family, and bring your questions. Experts will be on hand to help you start, restart, or elevate your wellness journey. Register online today to reserve your complimentary gift bag with your name on it at wannagofit.com. That's wannagofit.com. Proudly supported by our community partners, WSAN Radio and TAN TV. Wanna Go Fit Wellness made possible.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's how things should be working. You know, when you do things out there and you want to be visible on the things that you're doing, you want to make sure that the word get out. You want to make sure that everybody's informed about it. Because that's been half the problem. People claim after the day is over, well, I didn't know about it. You know, it's so much I want to say and be evil to them for not hearing it. I couldn't think of a good word to say that. But did they always wait? How do you hear it afterwards and you don't hear it before then? I can't figure that out.
When it comes to some of that, I think it's the way that we're only doing our promotion one way. So we think of it and we're like, oh, well, it was on, it's been all online. But you may be a person, talking to a person who don't be online much. Yeah. So I definitely make sure when I'm spreading the word about certain things, I do it via text message. If I have flyers, I go flyers, emails, because some people still read their email. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's all it is. They probably, whatever way, and that algorithm, sometimes, I know I see stuff, I be like, oh, dang, when did that happen? But I'm also not online all the time either.
Yeah, well, see, I go through a bunch of Facebook places that has for black business and stuff. I go through a lot of them, and some of the stuff I pull out and I put them on my slideshow when I'm doing it, because sometimes I run across some things I didn't know about, but but I'm out there seeing, and I try to put it out there for everybody to see. But we're going to do so much. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it.
Well, I mean, big ups to you for doing your part and trying to promote people's events, including myself. We appreciate ya. No problem, Ron G. Thank you. We like it. Continue on what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Whoever's supposed to be at the events or who is supposed to be there. Everybody's supposed to be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there.
Well,
Firm believer in that.
Yeah, the last event, I was there, the last one, and I was telling people, well, nobody told me about it. I made a list of everybody who I talked to, and I sent that information to them. And at the end of that, I said, I demand you to be there. It's free.
Right.
So,
and like I said, when you're trying to support so many things, like for me, honestly, like on a Saturday, I'm not always free. I work on Saturdays.
yeah.
A lot of things that are in the evening, I work in the evening. It may be a little, come in at night. I get up early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
For me, and this is a true statement. When I see something that is during a time that I'm not normally free, and I'm free, I try to go ahead and attend, because 9 times out of 10 I'm not normally free. So. I do events, even though these events are free resources and so forth, as far as my wellness series goes.
Yeah.
But, you still want to get out here, because people always say, oh, it ain't nothing to do. You are not telling the truth. I was almost going to say something else, but you are not telling the truth. I really appreciate the fact that there's so much more to do now than when I first moved back in 2012. You know, it's different. What are you into? Because there's different things,
Right.
man. I personally, you know, I like a whole bunch of stuff. I like karaoke. I like plants. You know, if I wanted to, I could go and participate in some plant groups. You know,
Yeah.
come on. What
Yeah.
do you want, people? It's I'm just saying. And and that being said, I definitely feel like we play into our own excuses. So that's really what I wanted to talk about. I just the emphasis that we place on what we can do and what we cannot do.
Right.
You know, fact is, what they say, you can do anything you want. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can do anything that you want. What is that right there? Oh, okay. I was looking. I was like, I don't have my glasses on, so I was like, what is that? But anyways, but the the thing about people who really get the results that they're looking for, and because we're talking about health and wellness, I am going to direct it at weight loss right now. So in order to get the results that you are looking for with weight loss, we've said it time and time again, it starts up here.
Right.
It starts up here. It starts with the sheer will to do better. The sheer will to do better. And um, I believe that sometimes, we are ambitious with it and
Mm-hmm.
we jump out there, no holds barred, where you really, anything that is a big, and I don't think that we look at it like that. Anything that is a big project, you don't get it done like that. You don't.
Mm-mm.
You are your project. So if weight loss is your deal, this is what you're going for. Now, you may be a person who only needs to get rid of, and I like get rid of, not lose, get rid of, say, truly 20 pounds. You may be a true 20-pound person. You know what I'm saying? And I will come back to that because that's, come on, come on. But anyway, you may be a true 20-pound person that you are looking to get rid of 20 pounds. And that right there, if that's all you need to get rid of, honestly, it's still a big project. It's still a big project because in order to get it off and keep it off, you have to do things that you can live with, and that's going to keep it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to fall off like that. However, someone who has 100 pounds that they're looking to get rid of, it is definitely still a big project. And it may, with people who have a little bit more to lose, it does start to come off quicker. It is a quicker, at first,
Mm-hmm.
but you get still to a point where you have to make sure that you're looking at it and still the big project, because you are getting so excited about it coming off fast. When it doesn't start to come off fast, then you're looking for other options.
Yeah.
Mainly what? These fad diets, the weight loss drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at it as, this is the project, this is the goal, this is when it's gonna happen. Nah. Nah. And as far as coming back to that true person who needs to get rid of 20 pounds, most people are chasing 20 pounds their whole life. Just
Hmm.
gotta get rid of 20 pounds, girl. Gotta lose 20 pounds. And it's always gotta lose 20 pounds. And because you know my theory, when you lose it, you find it again plus 20 of its friends.
Hmm. Come on down. I got room for you.
That part.
Yeah.
So, it's like if we look at ourselves and the whole as a project that you you go about it in steps. You go about it in steps, right? We don't just run at it. Like you said, and I'm talking about this now because we are in the last quarter of the year. Can you believe that?
I know.
Last quarter of the year. Ron, next thing you know, we're going to be sitting up here talking about the same thing that everybody talk about. Come the holidays,
Yeah.
come the first of the year. After the holidays, I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to start
Hmm.
exercising. I'm going to start this.
Start now. I would say start now. Don't wait till the first year and disappoint yourself.
don't, don't. Be bigger than your excuses.
Hmm.
Because the thing about it, like you said, this is a big project. And every time we say, no, I'm gonna start later. I'm a I already messed up. I'm just gonna keep the party going. You know what I'm saying?
That point right there.
Like this becomes one thing after another. One excuse of why you can't get this done. One excuse of why you did this. And I want, and I said it to myself not too long ago. You accept excuse. You don't like it when people give you excuses, yet you accept them yourself.
Hmm.
So if you are constantly giving yourself an excuse of why you can't make a good food choice, it's no good food options near me. I don't have time to go and get something. I don't have time to meal prep. I don't have this. I don't have that. Just know that your action of saying of why you can't do all the things is going to show up and bigger clothes maybe and health problems maybe you know uh digestive problems, low energy, maybe
Yeah.
maybe your excuse of why you cannot exercise, man, come on now, come on now. I
Oh,
said next week I want to do an active one when we and because also I've shown you so many ways
I'm
that
telling you,
that you
couch
can
potato working
exercise
on the
from
couch.
this
Yep.
same chair I'm sitting on, right? So
Hmm.
many things. I don't suggest that you go out there if you live around our neck of the woods in the afternoons and so forth outside walking. You
Yeah.
may want to try that early in the day,
Hmm.
But come on, there's space and opportunity, right? Maybe you say, I really, I'm working, I this and that. Ron, didn't you tell me you got your little stepper underneath there,
Yeah.
your little bike?
Uh huh. I sure do,
Mm-hmm.
and I use it
Mm-hmm.
faithfully.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. That if you're coming, if you're constantly coming up with reasons that you cannot do it, then just don't, like you said, just know you looking at it wrong.
Hmm.
Just know that you're looking at it wrong. there's no other way to say it. You're looking at it wrong. Maybe you need to look at it like the big picture,
Mm-hmm.
taking small bites of the elephant. You have to take your time. Maybe, like, maybe one of your excuses is I um I can't cook. I don't have time to cook because I gotta take the kids to this and I don't get off work until this or so forth, whatever. All right. Well, you know that, these events aren't going anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get off work this time, kids gotta go here this time or so forth, whatever. Well, unless you have 24/7, maybe because you say that's why we run through the drive through and get something to eat because I don't have time. But perhaps, maybe, if you come home and then everybody has a job. Hey, you cut up this, you that. Maybe you
Mm-hmm.
had the foresight to say, I put this in the crock pot so that way when we come home, it's already done.
Right.
Maybe you had the something that is just a throw in the microwave, or you purchased some oven made ready meals or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? Come on. There's other options. That's
Yeah.
just the easiest one for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the easiest one. You may say, well, I don't have time to put the stuff in the crock pot. I don't even have time for that. Well, you know what? If you don't have even the time to put the stuff in the crock pot, or to go and pick up some ready-made meals, you know what that tell me, Ron? You know what that tells me?
You're lazy.
No, you got money to pay for a meal prep service. That's what it
There
tells me.
you go. There you. And you know what? Another thing, you just point out something right there, and I'm adding in my head the time you're in line getting this, the time you're going to the store getting that, the time you do all that. You put all that time together. You could make time to do all that. The problem is with people, they don't want to make the time. They want to make excuses, but not the time. Because if you go on Sunday, take 2 hours on Sunday to meal prep for the rest of the week. That's it. That's all you gotta do. But we're in this microwave society where I gotta get this, I
Yeah.
gotta get this, I got. But you don't have to. You have to make a choice to put time to the side to do this instead of, well, the reason why I did that because I didn't have time. That's why I drove through and got 3 Big Macs and all that stuff and everything. Yeah, all right, okay. Excuses.
But and Ron, it is an excuse. However, it is it's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Please know that by taking the time and meal prepping, or getting a meal prep service, or getting a healthy meal, like to put in the microwave or the oven or something or whatever that that's ready or whatever.
Yeah.
This is a form of self-care. That is you realizing that by choosing good healthy options to put into your body means that you are taking the time to care for yourself.
Yep.
You know that when you go and eat that Big Mac or whatever, you got a slump afterwards. You don't feel like, taking on the world or whatever. That heavy, whatever that you usually have, the pasta, the this and that, you like, oh, you know how you feel
Yep.
when you eat those things. So, by you saying, you know what, I'm gonna, choose to eat fresh vegetables 3 times a day, and have, instead of eating, ground beef every day, I'm gonna try and do some turkey.
There you go.
some fish.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you have to remember that the food choices that we make is a form of self-care. Think about emotional eating.
Oh,
So we use
yes.
food when we don't feel good. I honestly, it's been a lot popping off in my life here recently, and I tell you, one day I definitely went for chips and salsa. I had chips and dip. I sure did. I love it. Chips, dip, and alcohol. Great.
Mm. Mm.
I mean, I did. But you know what I did though? I had it out. I didn't,
Bring it
you know what
home.
I'm saying? So, and that's
Yeah.
the thing, it's not to say that you can't do those things sometimes. But, like you said, was that my self care? At the moment, honestly, it was. However, it was also self care knowing, hey, don't bring it with you.
Yeah. You know what I did on Sunday? Cause Labor Day, everybody barbecue on Labor Day. I did mine on Sunday. I did my chicken, traditional stuff, and I had it. My wife asked me, "Why are you doing so much?" I said, "You'll find out come tomorrow." Tomorrow came around, there were leftovers. Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
came around, it was leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
Today's
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday. My wife
Mm-hmm.
don't know, but the last of the leftovers I'm eating. but when I do things like that, I try to put something healthy on the grill, like my broccoli, my asparagus, and I do all that along with the chicken and seafood and stuff. So I always have something there because
Mm-hmm.
people don't
Same.
realize when you fire up the pit, you don't fire it up just to cook for that day. I fire mine up to cook for maybe 2 or 3 days.
Same.
And what I
Same.
don't eat, I put it in the freezer, and then when
Mm-hmm.
I get in the mood for it, I take it out. There it is all over again. Like one
I'm
day, my wife came and said, "Did you barbecue?" Yeah, I did that chicken and everything. You say something for me? You said you didn't want none. People think I'm so mean to my wife. It's the other way around. She's mean to me. But those are things that I do. And if I'm out and about and I'm hungry, and I'm telling you, Coach K, that temptation to swing into a Burger King, McDonald's, or Wendy's is
It
there.
does.
And I
It
turn around,
does.
then I think I said, "Oh no, I got this at the house. Just put it in the
Mhm.
oven for maybe 30 minutes and stuff. I could do things around the house, then I'm ready to eat." But woo, that temptation is there.
Well, you know what saves me is I really don't do fast food like that.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, I may go to like the other week I wanted a Mexican pizza. I have one probably once a year. you know,
Yeah,
I had some Chick-fil-A a few weeks ago or so, maybe last month. I'm good on Chick-fil-A. Probably for a while. Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just good on it. My thing, I go and I sit down, honey. I like real food. So like, I can, but even then, like I may go to like 54th and like, but
Mm-hmm.
they have like at one of my like I like those grain bowls. Those are really good. If
Yeah,
that's what, cause sometimes I'll go and I'm gonna get what I want, like a club or not, that I don't want the other times, but some of the things that I don't usually would get. But if I had been eating, I found that I hadn't been cooking, maybe I hadn't made time, and I have to go somewhere and get something, then
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and make a good choice because already I have to go and get it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So that doesn't mean that I could just go ham. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I think that it's all about, again, your choices and, what you make time for. Maybe, again, you are not a person that cooks, however, you're looking at getting rid of some weight. And, again, maybe you're not you're trying you're to do it the right way, not because I
Mm-hmm.
swear if they giving it out like candy, those weight loss drugs, Jesus.
Oh
I
man.
mean, everybody and mama got it, but anyway, so maybe you want to be some of the minority
Yeah.
and really, and try it, without any enhancement, then you have to make some better choices, because if you know you're not a person to cook, then that means that you have to figure out ways that you still can eat but healthier. That's where your meal prep comes in. Again, if you feel like you don't have time and so forth,
Yep.
you 9 times out of 10 can afford for a meal prep service. So
Yeah.
I'm
You
just
you
saying.
you brought up something because I was reading some studies on these new shots and stuff you can take for losing weight. Nobody knows the long term effects yet.
Not
But there
yet.
have been some studies out that some of these things could make a woman sterile. I read that somewhere, and for men the same way. And some of that stuff will eat away at your organs in your body. And so when they approved, not everybody and their mama got a drug that does something. Take this shot once a week, you'll be okay. And people want that miracle pill. Poof! I take this off, I lose 50 pounds overnight. That's not going to happen. Just like you said, you got to do it. It took you 50 years to put that on. It's not going to take you 2 minutes to take it off.
And that's the thing. Again, look at the big project, the entire project. You are your project. You have to take the time to implement a plan that is going to, because once the project usually is complete, whatever it is, if we talking about in business, as far as that is concerned, it has to be able to run. It
Yeah.
has to be able to function, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at ourselves like the project that we are, the big picture. Maybe, like I said, your excuses are are the reason that you're going to stay in that same position
Right.
for longer than you want, and then you're going to be one of these people running to get the weight loss drugs, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Well,
Because you're looking like, hey man, look, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
yeah.
However, you have already told yourself so many excuses. The story that you have been telling yourself for all the, because it probably has gone on for years,
Yeah.
that I can't exercise then because every time I start to exercise, something throws me off. Every time this, and when I start this, and when I start that, and whoop, 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 wicked, 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 like the French toast. The record is the same.
yeah.
Change the record.
Mm-hmm.
Change, flip it over, flip it over. Side B, son.
Yeah.
Side B.
Oh, look
Flip
at
it
you.
over
Mm-hmm.
and try it in increments. You say, okay, you know what? I'm looking at I'm looking at myself as the project that I am, because we're always working on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, if you feel some type of way about calling yourself a project, but that's what we are.
That's right.
We all are working on ourselves. We always are working on ourselves. It doesn't matter if you're trying to grow hair, eyebrows, lose weight, fingernails, cover wrinkles, cellulite, bigger butt, bigger boobs, big
mm.
chest, whatever. And we all are working on ourselves with something. We are a project. So we have to remember that you have to go through it with chunks. I mean,
Yeah.
little small bites, right? And if you can, I mean, if it comes to be some chunks, then cool. but it's a bigger project,
Yeah, my
and
mom.
that takes time.
Yeah, my mom always said a bigger project is a work in progress,
A work in
and
progress.
that's what it is. I'm gonna go back to those drugs again, because everybody
Okay.
know. I tell everybody know I'm a type 2 diabetic, and if I'm around
Mhm.
friends, I let
Mhm.
them know the signs of if something's
Yes.
going on with me and what I need. And that only
Yeah.
happened a couple of times. And after that, I maintain myself. I always keep orange juice or a small can of soda, something with me, especially when I go out. But I was
Mhm.
on, the doctor put me on the Ozempic. And what it was, it brought my A1C level down. It was doing good. It was affordable. But then when everybody found out what it did, I went from paying maybe $140 for a 3 month supply up to $2,000 because of the demand. And they said demand is there, we're gonna jack the price up. And that's what they did. So now what I'm doing now, I'm controlling everything by what I'm eating,
Yes.
um, being physical, the things that I'm doing. So anybody know
Right.
me when I go out and DJ, I'm doing my own. I'm putting everything up myself. People say, "How can you
Yeah,
do
I
that?"
know it.
How
I know it.
you 70 years old? What is a 70-year-old person supposed to look like and not to do?
You know what? And it's funny that you said that. I was looking. It's been a minute since I've submitted an article to one of the local publications I contribute to, and I was like, oh, I need to write something, and I opened my laptop and I saw, I guess, a article I started writing on, like, choose your old. And you are so right, Ron. And that's, and again, that's part of the project. You know, choose which direction you want your project to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be a 70-year-old that is always Sagittarius, sitting down, just watching TV all day,
Mm-hmm.
uh, doesn't have no regular activity, no regular social interactions. If that's what you want, okay. If you want to be, because honestly and truly, as I get older, I'm like, man.
Yeah.
I'm not as it's not as old as I thought it was.
Mm-mm.
Right? I mean, I'm so looking forward. I was looking forward to 40s. And I've been looking forward to 40 since I was in my 30s, because my mom always said, and my grandmother told her, it all comes together in your 40s. And she's right.
Yeah.
She's right. It not to say that it's easy,
Mm-hmm.
but it begins to come together. And then I'm looking forward to my 50s. I can't say the real word, but the acid 50s is what I heard.
Okay.
And man, let me tell you, I am excited about it. Because they said in your 50s, like, life really gets fun, because you don't care about nothing nobody says.
Mm-mm.
They can talk about you or whatever, and you just be like, whoop. You don't want to do it, you ain't doing it. Hey girl, you want to come over? Nope, sure don't. See you later. You know.
You know what's funny? I've been going to events lately. I went out Saturday and Sunday. I went to a concert and then to a play. Well, 2 weeks ago, I was at this one function. We were talking, and we were just talking. A couple of ladies I knew there. We were talking and everything. And one lady looked at me and said, "How old are you?" I said, "How old do you think I am?" She said, "About 55." I said,
Woo!
"Oh," I said, "Bless your heart, I am 70." Then the other lady next to her said, "What? You 70?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Is that a problem?" "No, it's not a problem. But, ooh, child, you look good for 70." Then the other lady who was my friend said, "He's married." She said, "Damn." And we don't look for things like that being our age.
No, no.
I don't even look at an age. When people put a number out there, society says you must be like this at this age. I don't listen to society. I'm myself, what I
Hmm.
want to be, when I want to be.
That's right.
But
That's right.
when society dictate to you, say you're supposed to act like this when you're 70. That's why they drop dead at 72.
Well, I mean, honestly and truly, I think that if you embrace just like some good habits into your like at my around my age, I'm 45, so and you're going to be one of those 70, 80, 90-year old people still moving around
Mm-hmm.
because you're setting the tone. Now it's great if you've always had you
Yeah.
know however, at least like if you are and I use my friend as an example. He got gout, and I'm like, what? Right. I mean, like what? And it comes from, sugar, right? Sugar and red meat.
Mm-hmm.
He loves red meat. And I'm like, and actually, and he doesn't know this, I don't know if he paid attention, but shellfish as well, because, we're from Baltimore, so we like, crabs and
Yeah.
shrimp and stuff like that or whatever. So, I mean, that stuff, is part of the reason why it can cause a flare up.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all right. You have to care about yourself
Right.
that much to say I'm going to make these changes so that you know what I mean. I am caring for myself. All right. Okay. My diet has got me into it. My diet can get me out of it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is working on the whole project. Knowing that, all right, I've been working in this direction and maybe it's not the direction. Maybe I'm not getting the results that I need. Let me go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Let me go over here. And, you can, again, start making excuses. Oh man, well I don't eat that much steak. I don't. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then keep having flare ups.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That part. Yeah.
Or you can change, like you said, your diet and and care for yourself to where you're not having those flare ups and you feel good. You're moving around. You mentioned the price of Ozempic going up. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And 2,000%. But but going up, and that wasn't an excuse to say, well, now I can't get it, or I this,
Mm-hmm.
that. I guess I'm a be screwed. No, you said I may need to do better with my diet to make sure that
Mm-hmm.
I'm controlling it myself.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. Is sometimes we have to be bigger than our excuses because
Mm-hmm.
your excuses is not is not working for the project.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's not working for the project
That project on
because
hold when you do that.
hmm
Oh, okay.
that part.
What I'm doing right now, while you talking, um, I am finding out. I use Google and everything as my friend,
Uh-huh.
and I'm typing and bringing down my A1C, and they always have alternative things, and here it is naturally. How to bring
Mm-hmm.
it down naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
the number one on the list is eat a balanced diet.
Eat a balanced
That's the
diet.
first one. It says focus on consuming fruit, vegetables, whole grain, lean proteins, and healthy fats. That's the first thing it says right
That's
there
right.
on that list.
Remember, your diet got you into it. Your diet can get
Mm-hmm.
you out of it. You know, 9 times out of 10, whatever ailment, that you have in your body
Yeah.
can be adjusted, or if not, lessened, if not cured, with your diet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, you've heard that term, food is medicine, right?
Yes.
Food is medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, goodness gracious. I know that I don't always make the best choices. However, I do make it a point to eat what I know works for my body. I was telling my client before I jumped on here, I am at a impasse right now because this is, if you follow Want to Go Fit for the years, last several years, we do a Fall in Love with Veggie challenge.
Yes.
Do this every September,
Mm-hmm.
October. The goal is to eat 3 to 4 servings of veggies a day. Now, you can have that in your breakfast, but eat, a smoothie with some spinach or kale in it, omelet with eggs or scrambled eggs, or maybe if you have a breakfast sandwich and you put some spinach and something on it or whatever,
Yeah.
snack on, cucumbers and carrots and snack and lunch. You had a good, some salad, and dinner you had some green beans. Take a picture of it. Comment on the post. Comment on the post. I'm just saying, But the point is, I don't have my regulars. I'm not. I'm not. I'm tired of my regulars. Anybody who know me or been around me, I have cucumbers, celery, walnuts. Is usually like my go. Like that's like my regular. Not interested in any of it. Not interested in any of them. So I was like, I have to find another snack that I like, as far as like a raw vegetable for me. That because I now I'm not eating walnuts, but I still like pecans and pistachios, so I'm covered there. But I need a vegetable. I need something, like I said. I make it a point as a habit to have a vegetable snack as a habit.
Yeah.
And honestly, so different things. I had it stacked. So one of my clients was saying she has tea right before bed. And this is and this is really a good one. When you're working on your project, look for ways that you can, if it's something that you're trying to implement it, stack it with another habit, something else that you do regularly. And she wanted to start doing abs while, because every night she has a cup of tea. So she was like, it takes like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, 3 minutes or something for the tea bag to seep, right? So in that time, when she does it, she began doing abs while she was waiting for her tea. Stack your habit.
Mm-hmm.
For me, on certain days, I'm mobile for several hours a day.
Yeah.
So for me, my habit is, I either have on those particular days a green juice, or usually a green juice or cold, some other cold pressed juice, but mainly green juice. Or I have my like I said, I'm not into it right now. I have my cucumbers and my celery or whatever, and I use I wanted to increase the amount of protein that I was eating. So what I did was, instead of using light sour cream and my ranch, that's what I do. I do the ranch powder and the light sour cream. That's what I used to do. Now I use the Greek yogurt because it has more protein, less fat, of course, right? And for my dip, and because I was like, you're already, snacking, you might as well do that. Well, now I don't want to do that because I'm tired of the cucumbers and the stuff. So I gotta find something else. But like I said, that was my habit. When I'm in between, going in between my clients, I could just dip and, go down the road. You know what I'm saying? So I have to find something else, But the thing is, the moral of the story is, if you look at yourself as the project that you are, the entire project that you are, you know that it didn't happen overnight. You need to ditch those excuses,
Right.
because those excuses are holding you back. And soon, when you keep on, and I made this comment to my son the other day, when you feel like you don't have, I said, I don't want you to make a decision out of desperation. That is what I feel like why majority of people are on the weight loss drugs.
Yeah.
Because they have not made the switch here, constantly are speaking excuses here because that's what's up here. It's connected, right? And then you say, now I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Well, what is my option now? Well, I guess everybody else is getting results with this, so I should try it too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No, we're all a work in progress. Work on your project. By working on your project and yourself, like you said, making good choices, making time to maybe meal prep, or again, put your money where your mouth is and purchasing healthy choices, or making somebody else, provides those choices, whatever it is. But ditch those excuses because they're holding you back, and making good choices, and completing the project, working on the project. That's self-care, man. Don't you care about yourself enough to know what works for you and what doesn't? Like I said, a lot of the times we have ate our way into it.
Yeah.
You can eat your way out of it. Moral story. So that's what I got.
All right. With that being said, before we let you go, you got to bring up one point, because I wasn't going to let you go till you bring it up. Let's talk about September 20th.
Well, on September 20th is the third annual Wanna Go Fit Fitness and Nutrition Expo. So there, like I said, I am very excited about the lineup. Like you said, we have salsa and bachata. I think it's bachata. Salsa and bachata, R&B line dance, extreme step. You don't have to do it on the step. A lot of it, and the purpose of giving you little bits, because so the lineup is online. If you're looking to see what demo time is at what, you can go to the website wannagofit.com, or look at the event on Facebook, Eventbrite somewhere, and the lineup is there, and you can see when the actual different classes will be demoed. 15 minutes. Come and try it out. Sometimes I always think of what's that, the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Claire. And remember when Debbie Allen was on there and she was doing like an aerobics class or something, and she came out there and she was whoa, and Claire was like,
yeah, she was lost.
And she ended up sneaking out and trying to sneak in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't have to be you. You can try it at our event. You can try it at the event and see if you like it. And like you said, you may the instructors obviously offer classes here in the San Antonio area. So come out, try it out. You may find, like I said, a class that fits into your time schedule, whatever, and that work for you. We're also going to have Chef Amanda Marie, like I said, if you came to the event in February, she did our was part of our healthy demo that we did. She did those parfaits that were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Last year for this particular event, I believe she did kebabs, and she put them together with the theme in mind was fitness and nutrition expo. So she used ingredients like fresh basil, which is good for your heart, and so I forget artichokes and I think we had like chicken sausage or something. It was pretty good. It was really good. So anyway, she will be doing the demonstration again. We're also this time we usually have like a macro demo, where you talk about, just, your nutrition, and then we separated it and had the weight loss Q&A, weight loss, exercise, surgery Q&A, and so forth. This time, combining that all, putting it on the panel. Ask your questions. And I have a good panel.
Yes.
I mean, like you said, I have a good panel. I'm really pleased about it because, like you said, for the other events, we always do discussion panels, and they always go well. I feel like people always walk away with information that they did not know, maybe they were looking for, or whatever. So, wanted to make sure I bring that to the forefront this time too. So, yeah. I just say register so that we know how many people that we planning for it. So if you show up and you want a bag with your name on it, you better go on in and come on. That's what I got.
I hear you. All right, Coach K, for all the times.
Oh, and free chair massages.
Oh, I may.
Yeah.
I'm just talking. I may just do my show from this chair massage.
We can't forget that we're gonna have Ron G and all the ones and twos.
Yeah, we're gonna be there and we're gonna have some fun. That's what it's all about.
That's right. It ain't no party like Coach K party.
Say it again, Coach K.
That ain't no party like Coach K party.
That's what I'm talking about.
That
She's got more energy than an energized bunny.
Look, as I tell people, I have a good time.
We're going to leave it at that. All right, Coach K. Somebody going, what did she just say? But you take care, and we'll catch you down the line. This weekend I'll be out at Pletz Park for natural hair in the park. So
I'm going to try and stop by that. I've been handing out the flyers that I had and so forth, so hopefully I'm sure it'll be a great time. Look, talk about hair. Woo, man, yeah, gotta put some soap and water to the side, little conditioner or something.
You go ahead and do that, all right? All right, young lady, you take care. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Record.
All right, everybody. That was our favorite coach, Coach K, here on WSAN Radio. And we appreciate everybody tuning in this morning. It's one of those mornings